Happy early Halloween from those of us here at Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. We are coming to you live from the Portnoy Gallery in beautiful downtown Las Vegas. I am Aaron Phillips. The incomparable illustrator to my right is Mr. Neal Portnoy. How are you, my friend?
Good. I have my costume on. I'm Aaron Phillips.
Yes, I will be Neal Portnoy. We should do that at the show next week, our celebration. Wouldn't that be funny?
Did you see my Halloween costume?
I did see the pictures. Yes, I saw you in the afro. I don't know if you can pull it up and you can show it in the camera.
I don't know where it is. I was Bob Ross, and Dorothy was a happy tree.
A happy tree.
Well, that's what Bob Ross painted. He painted happy trees.
That's true. It's all about the.
I mean, for the first time in my life, I was able to look up and go, my hair moved.
Where did you find that wig, by the way?
I saw it online. I ordered it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it came in the mail, UPS or Amazon, whatever. And I opened it up and I put it on, and for 15 minutes, Dorothy could not stop laughing.
I believe it. When I saw those pictures, I could understand why.
Yeah, it was
a very funny looking picture.
I couldn't see. My hair was down. I like this look better.
What did Dorothy dress as? I forgot what
She was a happy tree.
She was the tree.
She was a tree. She made on her dress, which she purchased.
Right.
She out of felt made the squirrel in the hole of the tree. That was brilliant. I mean, she's so talented. It was well done.
Oh my goodness. That was fun. I did see the picture pop up. I thought it was pretty good. You should have had it on today. You should explain who Bob Ross is. Many of our viewers may not realize it. Many will, but many may not. Can you just elaborate?
Yeah, Bob Ross was back in the 60s, 50s, 70s. I don't know. He was a painter. He had this big afro, and he would paint beautiful works of art. And he'd go, you put a little bit of this over here, you put this here. We go to paint a happy tree here and a happy. And he was a sensation. Everybody knew Bob Ross.
His show primarily was on the NPRs or the nonprofit stations, like the public, like Vegas PBS, I think is where they aired his shows.
Yeah, I don't know, but everybody watched it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
The guy was known for chia pet trees and chia pet hair.
Yeah, and I had the chia pet hair on.
You certainly did. You certainly did. But hey, today is the last Twin Brothers on Saturday for the month of October. You believe it's we are like 1 month done with the final quarter of the year.
One more topic.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. So can you believe it? Stephen Henry's out there. Oscar Sanchez. We're going to talk about Oscar here in a second. Is out there. Peter Randall's out there. David Arla, Brandon Taylor, Justin Chuck, Colin Pulicello. I hope I pronounced that right. Please reshare our feed. We appreciate it. Justin, as always, thank you for tagging along, my friend. I appreciate you a lot. I don't know.
Hello to you, the captain.
Hello to you. The captain is here. I'm not sure, but actually, now that I see his profile picture, I do recall seeing his name pop up in past shows. So he is a follower. Brett Fitzgerald, hey, I'll tell you what, Brett Fitzgerald, the manager of Vegas Hockey and Sports, not only the one up in Centennial where we did the remote show a couple of months ago, but he also does the one at the Galleria Mall. I might as well start going into this since you guys are popping in there. Those of you who have been following us, next week, very special 2-hour Twin Brothers from Different Mothers as we celebrate our first year together on podcast, doing this crazy thing that we call a radio show on podcast. And we have a whole slew of items that we're going to give away for those in attendance here next week. And since Brett's in there real fast, I will mention that, where is it? I have my cheat sheet right here. Vegas Hockey and Sports, he is donating not one, but two $25 gift certificates, gift cards to use at either of their stores. And we appreciate that. Oscar, I'm glad that you pounced in there because Oscar Catering, along with Jane's Healthy Bakery, which I'll get into that in a minute, who Jane's is. You use a lot of gluten-free and better nutritional items because Chef Jane Vallela, she has a line of nutritious breads and cookies, and Oscar's Catering and Jane have opened up this bakery. So courtesy of both of them, they will be catering our food for our party next week. Healthy food. Yeah, but it'll look good. I know it'll be all healthy, but it'll still be good. Oscar's great. I've known Oscar a long time, going back to my days of Vegas Unwrapped and owning Vegas All Net Radio. Great stuff. See him around town. He's now involved in TV shows. He also did a pilot for Vegas the Network that with Ken Johnson and Company. Growing. Very proud of the growth that he has seen. Just about I started with him like almost from its inception, which is a long time ago. But anyway, so Jane has created this line of nutritional bread and cookies, and together they will be providing our nosh during our special show next week, 12 to 2. We will be on the air, special 2-hour show, and so they're going to be providing food for us. So thank you for them. Thank you for our sponsors, and I've got a whole list. If you've been following the event that we have out there,
what's the event?
I just said it's our.
I know, but people just jumped in.
It's our 2-year.
1 year.
1 year, November 2nd. That's where the 2 came from. Twin brothers from different mothers will celebrate 1 year on the air together, where we have, it's amazing that we talk about how quickly shows go by for an hour, but when you think about 12 months, roughly 50 shows, taking away the weeks that you're away, I'm away. Right. The people that we have introduced, from business people, nonprofits, to some of the best and Chadwick, I see he just jumped in there.
Jonathan's in there too.
Oh, Jonathan's in there too. Thank you very much. Both of those as examples of some of the great entertainment that's here. We're going to try. We want to invite you guys down just to spend a few minutes with us so we can talk about the year. So we're celebrating next week. We have great giveaways. As I mentioned, and I'll go over the list here in a second. But come down, because if you are part of, pick a number, our first few to get that raffle ticket started. Well, the first number of guests that show up will get an opportunity to double their chances, right? They'll get, everybody coming down will get one ticket, right? That's what we decided.
Yeah, everybody will get a raffle ticket with an opportunity to receive a wonderful donation from our sponsors, our advertisers, people who've been on the show have been very kind to donate items. And for the first 15 people who come into the gallery, first 15 people will double the raffle tickets that you receive, with much more of an opportunity to get a gift.
And I'm going to go off this is not a complete list, because as I walked into the gallery this morning and started setting up, Neal shared with me that another sponsors jumped on will be giving us stuff. So this is not it's complete as of today, but it may not be everything by the time we get to next week.
We're also located, for those who don't know, at 1537 West Oakey Boulevard. We are on the corner of Oakey, Weston, and Wyoming. If you come down Industrial, heading toward Oakey, when you get to Oakey, take a left into the parking lot. It's very simple, right by the railroad tracks.
Yes, right by the railroad tracks. There's a 7-Eleven across one corner, gas station on another corner, gym, right across diagonally over there.
Yeah, with 1,000 beautiful women and 3 ugly ones. That's the gym. Because husbands tell their wives, "Honey, I'm going to the gym," and they go.
That is right. So let me go down the list of some of the stuff we have. We've already mentioned Vegas Hockey Sport. I co-host another podcast called Let's Talk Travel with Nancy Gottlieb, and she is kind enough. She has donated $25 gift card to Lowe's and a $25 gift card to Olive Garden will be up for grabs. We have 2 30-day unlimited pass certificates from CrossFit Modulus. Each one is $169 value.
Where are they located?
Located at Lake Mead and the 95 exit, right across from In-N-Out Burger, where the Panera Bread is on the southwest corner.
So go eat and then work out.
Go eat and work out, and then you can work out and then eat too. Yeah. So either way. So we have 2 of those. Now, Power Play Sports, which is the location where my Wednesday night podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere, is where we do our show down at the Boulevard Mall. Scott and the folks over there, they've donated 4 items. The first 2, $25 gift certificates to be used within the store. So it's not a typical sports store. A lot of memorabilia, signed autographs, and jerseys signed, but there is some sporting items like lanyards and a lot of Knight stuff and Raider stuff. So there's great stuff you can use as certificates. But I hope you're all sitting down. I know we're sitting down. I hope you're all sitting down. He has donated 2 certified authenticity hockey pucks. Don Rickles would be so happy about having hockey pucks here.
Right.
I know.
HOAs.
HOAs.
No, not HOAs. What am I thinking of? COA.
COA, Certificate of Authenticity.
Yeah,
it's first one is signed by Ryan Reeves. That's a great one.
Tough guy.
As is Braden McNabb.
Sweet.
So we've got those 2 signed hockey pucks, as well as the certificates for the store.
We should post it on the Golden Knights fan page, which I'm a member of.
As am I, and I shared the post of all the sponsors. So that was in there.
Did you put it on the hockey site?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good
I
job.
did, yes, sir. We have certificates. You want to talk about the sip, view, and paint certificates?
Yeah, we have an event that Dorothy, my wife, runs here at Portnoy Gallery called Sip, View, and Paint, where wine glasses and wine bottles and stuff is painted. And we are going to be donating a gift certificate for 2. So in other words, you can come down and bring a guest and be part of the fun event that's usually anywhere from 12 to 20 people. Wine, food, painting, camaraderie, networking, fun event. We have it on a monthly basis, and people can't wait for what creative juices my wife is going to put out there, and what are they going to paint the following month.
We have the current. Do we know what the current one is? We haven't slated yet.
They're doing a Golden Knights one coming up.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. So be on the list if you have an opportunity to win that. Last night, I received a Facebook message from the one and only Bark Andre Furry. Yes, I didn't know you could type with pause, but he did. He will be here next week, and I believe his cousin, right?
Oh, his little brother Deep.
Oh, his brother. I'm sorry, Deep.
Yeah.
Bark is going to be donating not 1 but 2 of his very own bobbleheads. Yes. And this morning we found out, courtesy of Neal and one of his favorite restaurants,
Chef Sonia at Rooster Boy at Desert Shores is going to be donating a gift certificate to come down and enjoy a very unique dining experience. She is a well-trained European, Middle Eastern breakfast, lunch. The food is all farm to table, unbelievable.
farm to table. Does that mean you have to go out and actually like get the eggs yourself or something?
Yeah, they wait. They go, Gladys, eggs, and things drop.
Okay. Like a slab.
Yeah. Don't mention. I had a rough night last night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I made my donation.
Which casino?
Well,
so I know where to go.
We were at Westgate.
Oh, okay.
I usually go down to Mandalay. And Mandalay, we see all the entertainers and Hazel's. We go for see Matt Murphy and John Jones and Serena Henry. And,
right.
And then I always go over to the Buffalo Machine. And I've been very lucky the last 2 times I've won. But there was a Buffalo Machine at Westgate last night, and I contributed to Westgate.
You made your donation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for helping everybody. Okay, so that's the current list of items that will be up for grabs. Remember, come down. Everybody gets 1 ticket to the show next week for a chance to win their prize. Be one of the first 15 people to come down next week, and you will actually get 2 coming down. And we haven't decided. We may put some more. If you want more chances to win, we may have some other raffle tickets available.
Very eclectic array of items, from food to memorabilia to artwork to
Lowe's
instruction to get the gift certificate and spend more money, and that's why they'll contribute, because it brings you into their side.
Absolutely. And you know what? The wide range of, like you said, of companies.
Eclectic's the word.
Eclectics, yeah. Really is great because it shows the type of guests and people that are involved with our show. Because I get asked all the time, well, what is Twin Brothers about? And I always tell them it's about everything except 2 things. Of course, that's politics and religion. So the eclectic list of supporters, this really represents the eclectic nature of our show.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to 2020. I mean, we planted a pretty big seed getting into the podcast industry. Mm-hmm. We became friends a number of years ago and came up with this crazy idea, and it's a year later. We've already done it for a year. Our main sole purpose is to promote Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't mean just the businesses. That means the wonderful entertainment that we get to experience on a daily, nightly basis. We have sponsors. People want to come on. They pay a small stipend to be a guest on Twin Brothers from different mothers. They sponsor different shows. We promote it. We upload it to a number of different websites.
A plethora.
Yeah, I can't. I get a list. I can't. And you know what? Every time Aaron comes in, he says, well, we got a new streaming service. Can you have next door put a new logo on? I said, can't I just draw it?
No, you can. If you can draw the Spotify logo.
I can't.
You can. Would it be copyright infringement if you just tried to draw it and put it on the banner?
Sure, they're going to come after me.
I know.
Millions. Listen, we'll give it to, I know it was politics, but we'll give it to the congressional, and they'll have a hearing.
Right, exactly. We'll tie it up in court forever.
They'll impeach us.
They'll impeach us. So that's kind of our background. And again, more people have joined us. Scott Hosey, the owner of Power Play Sports, just jumped in there. LJ Ramos, Mandy Kowalski's in there now. Paul Maggio has
My
joined us.
sister from another. That's pretty good. I just made that up.
You almost got stuck on that one.
I did, but a sister from a different mister.
Okay, you say so. All right. So you have the run sheet, and
I'm going to give it to you because we got a number of
okay.
things.
And I've got all the supporting documentation. This week. I killed another push.
Can I just bring up one?
Go for it.
Okay, Jose Canseco.
Jose, can you see?
Today until 1 o'clock on Tropicana somewhere is opening his new car wash.
5893 West Drop.
Yeah, 5393 West Drop. He's opening a car wash with memorabilia all over the walls, which he's insured because if it gets wet, it's no longer memorabilia.
Right.
It's wet.
Wet. Open at 10 a.m. today, by the way.
He's going to be signing autographs and meet and greet. I mean, way back when he and McGuire were probably
Bash Brothers.
Yeah, the Bash Brothers, two of the most feared hitters in the game, came out with a book about steroid use in Major League Baseball, very controversial. Huge individual. You think, we look big on screen. This guy, he'd be up by the Tbfdm thing. He'd be all the way up there.
What?
The twin brothers were different mothers. I shortened it.
Gotcha.
But interesting guy. He still get that little twitch, when he talks. But
you think that's? And I mean that in a serious question.
Well, he's a twin. Did
yes,
you know that?
Yes.
Ozzie.
I remember Ozzie came up through Major League Baseball also for a year or two. Right?
Yeah, they played, brothers.
Did he play with the Athletics too, Ozzie?
He may have at some point, but here's an interesting fact. Coming from Worcester, Massachusetts, we were part of the amateur baseball league, the Can-Am League, Canadian American League, and we had the Worcester Tornadoes, which won the inaugural season, managed by Rich Gedman, former catcher with the Red Sox, good friend of mine. And years later, Jose Canseco played for the Worcester Tornadoes at Fitton Field on the campus of the College of the Holy Cross, the only Division I school in Worcester, Mass. The same field that Ted Williams hit his first major league home run.
Wow. What did Canseco do offensively there?
12 women, 13 men. I lost track.
I didn't mean offensively that way.
You said offensively.
So by the way, speaking of which, you can look, when I reshared this story, I kind of threw out there that you can see while you're trying to clean up lines and jokes, one-liners about, cleaning up his act, steroids. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so
I don't know where you're going.
I have no idea. I did wherever it was. I just went off the road. Somebody did stop in there and post it as part of the feed. So as this individual, and I'll give credit to David Montero as part of the article, he was leaving Las Vegas and discovered the car wash. So he had to get his car washed. There was $20 for the single, which is a basic car wash, and the home run, which I guess obviously is everything, was $50. And he's quick to note that Jose Canseco does not wash the car personally for that price. So this is not like Terrible Herps where you can pay $8 to $20 for the washes. No, the H is silent. Terrible Herbst. The H is not really silent. It would be Herbst, but it's Herbst, like the name Herbst.
He just passed away this year.
Who did?
The founder of Terrible.
Did he really?
He passed away, yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I don't remember. Yeah. Ron Cooper's out there. Dorothy's out there. Brad Stein is out there. Thank you for tuning in. Please reshare our feed on your direct on your wall. Let's see. So he's going to do his podcast from there every Wednesday to sign autographs and record his podcast. So, yeah. So
is he going to come up with better pricing than $20 that he spent? Or is he going to do like, you can have it buffed out and waxed and all this? And he's doing glass too, right?
Yeah, he's doing windshield repair.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it doesn't say if the prices will change, but based on what this individual posted, plus direct from Jose Canseco, he claims to have the cheapest gas in town at his car wash.
Oh, he has gas there too?
Yeah.
Was this an existing place that he purchased, or did he build something?
I'm going to say, knowing that area, it's Jones and Tropicana, I'd have to say that there was a car wash at that corner heading east off literally on the other side of Jones on the right-hand side. So I'm guessing he bought that one there. I'm guessing he bought that one and remodeled it as well. Yeah. So it's a full-service car wash featuring convenience store, gas station, DMV service, and windshield repair. So.
Hey, I'm going to read.
Good luck, Jose. Seriously.
Yeah, really. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Coming to Las Vegas.
Right on.
In Neonopolis, downtown, the
Right.
corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street.
Right.
Has been remodeled, the whole Neonopolis, huge building. There are going to be entertainment venues in the building. There's an art gallery on one of the floors. And the West Coast version of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, rumor, but pretty good rumor, that they're moving the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or they're duplicating the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
A West Coast branch.
Yeah, here in Las Vegas. How cool is that?
Well, it kind of makes sense because they're building that new venue that is sponsored by Madison Square Garden right off the strip, like near Flamingo-ish area down that way. So it kind of makes sense because that arena is supposed to be nothing but for music talent. So it kind of makes sense if they're looking to do that.
Well, I'm going down there and I'm going to meet with the people. I've already got some contacts, the artwork of all the entertainers I've done, either in the art section of the building or even in that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's sweet.
So I have the list here of the people that are on the ballot to be inducted. These are the nominees, and I'll quickly run through them.
Do you know all of them?
I do know some of them. Some of them I know because I know their music. Others I know just by name, and I really don't follow. But the majority of them I know. Pat Benatar, of course.
Drawer.
Dave Matthews Band.
Didn't do them.
Depeche Mode.
I don't know who the hell they are.
They're a group from like the mid to late 80s, primarily, maybe early 90s.
Okay.
So I don't listen to the music, but I know the name. Doobie Brothers.
Were they
Michael
really
McDonald.
brothers? Were any brothers?
The Doobie Brothers.
And Michael McDonald, of course, is still performing.
Right.
He was recently here at Caesars, I believe.
I don't know if there were actual literal blood brothers in there. That I don't know.
Whitney Houston, I guess earlier.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Judas Priest, that's hard rock.
Yeah, it's metal, I think.
Yep. Kraftwerk, don't know them. MC5, WERK, or unless it's Kraft Twerk, because that's how twerk is spelled. When people twerk, that dance.
It could be Kraft Twerk.
Kraft Twerk.
No, it could be Traff Twerk.
That's what I said.
You
There's
said
an R.
Kraft Twerk.
No, I didn't. I said Kraft Twerk. There's a KR in the front, like Bob Kraft.
Oh.
Let me
They give massages here?
Motorhead is also on the list. Nine Inch Nails. Oh, MC5. I have no idea. The Notorious B.I.G. I know by name. Rufus with featuring Shaka Khan.
Paula Maggio said they're not brothers.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Paula. Todd Rundgren, of course. Soundgarden, T-Rex, and Thin Lizzy. So the majority of them I know. A couple of them I have to say I only know by name, and others I don't have a clue what kind of music.
And that's a 2020 the induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
Sponsored by Clips.
Sponsored by Clips. Klipsch Audio.
They make great speakers.
Yeah, Klipsch Audio. Just because, hey, my daughter Radar just chimed into she just popped into the chat room.
Hi, Radar.
Yeah, so this is out there. The official folks, I guess, will be announced in a couple of months. But this is the nominee list. You can go to #RockHall2020 if you want to voice your opinion on who thinks should get in. To me, who do you think off of that list? Give me like 2 or 3 in your mind that are really like no-brainers.
Whitney Houston.
I agree with that.
Doobie Brothers. Pat Benatar.
Okay.
And Todd Rundgren.
Now, do you think isn't Todd Rundgren, and not to get political, but he's always the one out there voicing about NRA rights? Is that the same?
Yeah, same guy.
So, do you think in any way that his position on gun control may hurt his ballot?
He didn't do steroids that we know of. So
not steroids. You talk about NRA and gun rights.
I know, but you know what? He did a drug test. He failed. But no, I think he'll get. I think first ballot. Do they do a second ballot? Like if you don't get in, you maybe
no, there's no like Hall of Fame, like a secondary.
It is a Hall of Fame.
No. But I know what you're talking about. Where in baseball, you have the writer, you have that people who put in other people who didn't make it on the ballot. I can't think of. I'm going blank on the name of that. The senior, yeah. Right? The senior. I don't think they have that here in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I agree with every one of your choices. As far as that should be no-brainers. I still, and I'm going to go back a couple of years. I talked about this on previous shows. Why did it take so long for Kiss to get into the Rock and Roll Hall?
I don't. There had to be issues.
I mean, for as long as they finally got in, like 2 or 3 years ago.
The whole band. You know what's the sad part is the Eagles.
Yeah.
That he wasn't here. They were supposed to be inducted 2 years ago, right. and he was sick, and he.
Brian,
not Brian. Not Don Henley. I always get these guys mixed Oh God, I can't.
Paula, straighten us out, Paula. By the way, well, hi, Candy Conda. Thanks for joining us. How's your knee, by the way? Hope you're feeling well. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But they didn't get in. They got in last year.
Right.
But he wasn't. Glenn Fry.
Glenn Fry.
I couldn't remember the name. He passed away way too early, and never experienced. He knew they were getting into the Hall of Fame, but he wasn't part of the ceremony.
That's a shame. And you know what? Not to go back to baseball, but in my opinion, after Pete Rose passes, I bet that's when he gets in.
He should get in now.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. But I don't think the Hall of Fame wants to give him the ability to say he's a Hall of Famer due to his controversy while he's alive.
I had somebody come to the office that you're familiar with, doing the fan.
Oh yes, Andrew. Yes.
Andrew came to in the end of our meeting. We got into a little Pete Rose conversation along with politics, and that was a story for another day. But
Andrew Capel, by the way.
Yeah, and we both agree, but he thinks that Pete will get in once he passes, which is sad.
Oh, that's what I just said. Yeah.
The all-time hit leader, Jolly Hustle. I mean, just they should be in.
The Hall of Fame does not want to give him the right to enjoy being a Hall of Famer while he's alive. That's, in my opinion, what it boils down to. Your sister Ivy has just chimed in. Hi guys, almost home in Atlanta airport. No more Bahama Mama drinks for Roger. So they were away for a while.
Yeah, they were away for a while. They went down to the Bahamas.
I guess her knee was feeling better because after a trip out to previous summer or other, she had to have work done on her knee.
Yeah, the good and the bad. They had a good time. They had a bad time. Issues always happen when you go away on vacation. You confined to a room and you drink.
No swinging from chandeliers.
I'll leave it at that. But
on our honeymoon, my wife and I were walking on the beach in St. Lucie talking about injuries. As we're walking, her big toe on her left foot, we all of a sudden heard a pop.
Ooh.
And that was the start of her bunion surgery. We got home and she had to have bunions.
Eileen?
Yeah. No, my other wife. I only had one for 30 years now. I only had one.
What was the bunion? She's got tiny feet. Was the bunion like this?
It was like a pea. Yeah. Then 2 years later, she had to have the other one done.
Sarah Beck's watching. Chadwick Johnson jumped in.
Yep. Yeah, Chadwick. You Chadwick and John, if you're still out there, you guys are in the music industry. Who do you think off the ballot should be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Curious. Anybody who's still.
Yeah, let's give the list again. Pat Benatar, Dave Matthews Band, Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode.
Same thing. How is
the one at the end?
Terrible Herbst in the H isn't silent in the E's? Never mind. The Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, Judas Priest,
Pick your pick.
Kraftwerk, MC5, Motorhead, 9 Inch Nails, 10 Inch Nails, 22. I don't know. The Notorious B period, I period.
B.I.G.
Yeah,
I know.
Periods. Yes. Rufus featuring Chaka Khan, Todd Rundgren, Soundgarden, T-Rex, Raptor. No Raptors, just T-Rex.
No.
Thin Lizzy.
Extinct.
Yeah.
The Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
I'd love to know who you think.
Right. All right.
So those people could be the first people that are put into the hanging here in the West Coast version.
Why do you always say hanging instead of hung?
I don't know.
They will be hung. No,
But they will be hanging.
They will be hanging.
They will be actively hanging.
That's one of those words where, hang, hang, hung.
Oh, I have a line I want to say.
No,
but I'll get so much email with the 3 words you just said.
Just go down to Spring Mountain and you'll see a lot. Is that where you go with that? You were 1 year later.
I'm losing on it. Paula, did you see Paula's message on who she thinks should get in? Go ahead.
Matthews, Doobie, Whitney, Pat, and Todd. I agree. That's what I said.
Sorry.
Hey, let's sidebar totally go in different directions.
Hui Lin would be so mad at us right now.
Hui Lin what?
From Kaka.
Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball.
Yes.
We're in the World Series now.
Baseball's over for me. I'm into football. I got the black band on my arm.
But great game last night. 4-1. I predicted that Houston would win game 3.
Yes.
I predicted Washington will win game 4.
Who's going in game 4?
I don't know. 2 pitchers. 1 lefty. A lefty's going for.
Is Houston coming back with Verlander now?
No. They'll save that.
Charlie Morton, is he pitching? No, he doesn't pitch for them anymore. He pitched for the Indians.
Yeah.
Somebody.
My opinion is it's going to be 3-2 when they leave Washington in favor of Washington. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have Verlander and the ace going.
No, but the Nationals are not afraid of that. They beat them the first 2 games in Houston.
You make adjustments.
No, I agree with that, but I would think that their confidence, even with some adjustments,
I
would be
predicted
higher.
Washington in 6. I'm going to stick.
Okay.
I think they'll win in Washington.
Now, normally I root for the team that is in the American League representing my Yankees, so I did find it very difficult to kind of root for the Red Sox when they were in the World Series.
Did you?
I did. I honestly did. The first time they won, I wanted to see them win because of the curse, the whole thing, and get rid of all of that. But with Houston, I'm rooting for the Nats for this one reason. First time ever in the World Series in the history of their franchise, including the Expos.
They remind me, this year's team reminds me a lot of the 2004 Boston Red Sox. It is a very good mix of youth and veterans who want to get that ring, and youth who don't know what the hell they're doing and they're going on ability. Plus, they were a wild card team. Same thing happened to the Red Sox in 2004.
Right. Yeah, well, their big rookie is like one for like the series so far.
They've left a lot of men on base. They left, I think, 9 men on base yesterday, and Washington left 10 men on base. So
good pitching does stop good offense during the playoffs. Do you not agree with that?
Yeah.
Like football.
Hey, I'm going to let you take over because my car wash guy is out there. So I'm going to go talk to him for 2 minutes. And can you roll for 2 minutes?
Yeah, I'll talk about the event on this.
All right, do that, and then we'll get back to baseball. Hey, I'll be back.
We'll be back. You want to bring your car wash guy? Okay, hey, while he's stepping away to do that, I'm going to do a little public service announcement. Next Sunday, November 3rd, yours truly will be out at Tivoli Village. The Jewish Nevada organization is excited to announce the reinvention of the typical Super Sunday phone-a-thon that they used to have, to include the famous JCC Kosher Barbecue and newly introduced Jewish Food Festival at Tivoli Village. Next Sunday, the 3rd, starting at 12 p.m. I believe it was 12 to 6 p.m. This year's Super Sunday is made even more special as we will, quote unquote, take over Tivoli Village, featuring a showcase of Las Vegas's best kosher restaurants, a PJ Library Kid Zone, plenty of entertainment. Tivoli Village's farmers market will already be there, and so much more. So you know what? You can skip the line to register for this thing by simply going to www.jewishnevada.org/Super Sunday 2019, because the day of the event, the price will increase for entrance. So if you want to skip the line, get the pre-event price, go to jewishnevada.org/Super Sunday 2019. Now, if you are a vendor, they are still looking for a couple of kosher restaurants, craft vendors, JCC kosher barbecue teams. I saw the list. There's already about 10 barbecue teams slated for the cook-off. So I know this much, it's going to ruin my gastric diet program, but I'm going to be eating good that day. If you want to volunteer, volunteers to help make phone calls to secure funds for the campaign. Oh my God, you look like Stevie Wonder. As well as event support and logistics to event there. You can do that. All information, as I said, will be found at www.jewishnevada.org, Super Sunday 2019, or you may send an email, Neal, not this Neal, Neal, Neil, at jewishnevada.org with any questions. So I'm going to be emceeing that. I'm going to have a lot of fun out there. Some great celebrity judges will be out there, great food, great vendors. I'm going to be fasting from the time we go off the air after our party next week till this event on Sunday at Tivoli Village, because it's a barbecue off, and I'm going to be eating good as the host. If the barbecue teams,
I was outside.
yeah, that's it. Well, it's just been all over Facebook, and I've reshared it.
8 million times.
Next Sunday, Tivoli Village, 12 to 6. It's a barbecue cook-off at Tivoli Village.
Can we move on now?
Sure. Now that you're back, we can just drop everything and pick up where that got.
No. We're talking about Major League Baseball.
Yes.
A lot of manager hiring.
Yeah. A couple are still out there.
Listen, not unusual at this time of year, when teams let go of managers, usually, a number of days after.
Right.
But let me just talk first about my Boston Red Sox. J.D. Martinez has 4 days up to 4 days following the World Series to decide whether he wants to pick up the player option to continue with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Mookie Betts is a free agent at the end of this upcoming year. It's going to be very tough for the new manager, Chaim Bloom. Chaim. He says Chaim. Director of baseball operations.
Gotcha.
They got a new title for him. But he came from Tampa Bay. That's, Sidney Koufax wouldn't pitch. Right. Excuse me. But he worked with Tampa Bay Rays, who had one of the lowest payrolls in all of baseball. And he's a very young guy. He's 37 years old, Yale graduate. He's got a tremendous, huge challenge to get the Red Sox under the salary cap, the luxury tax, they call it, I guess, and rebuild the farm system that got destroyed when the last guy left, Dombrowski, not Jerome, but Dombrowski. He did the same thing in Detroit. He did it to the Red Sox. But that having been said, some of the new hires, and we want to get our listeners and viewers out there, if you can mention and what's your opinion of the new hires. Philadelphia Phillies have hired former Yankee manager, Yankee catcher Joe Girardi. I think it's a great move. I think Bryce Harper, in my opinion, he'll get this very talented player in a new direction to utilize his abilities. Just my thought. The Cubbies hired, what a surprise, another catcher, David Ross, former Boston Red Sox, former player with the Cubbies, won the World Series with the Cubbies, a catcher. In my opinion, as a former pitching coach, I think, opposed to pitching coaches, I think catchers make the best managers.
I was just going to say, some of the best managers in MLB over the years have been catchers. But the thing with David Ross, no prior experience, not a knock. Look what Aaron Boone's been doing for the last 2 years. So, but no, he's gotten his teams to playoffs as a never coached guy before.
Cashman got him to the playoffs by buying all the players. That's just
by buying all the players. Yeah, which Yankees have you? Trading is different. Buying was the old days of the evil empire signing every free agent under the sun.
It's still the evil empire.
Even though they haven't won in 10 years. The World Series, that is. Okay, but we have 27. How many do you have? Well, so.
The Angels have hired.
Not in your lifetime.
The Angels hired Madden, and I think that's a good move. Mike Trout finally got a manager, period. Madden, I think he did a 3-year deal. I'm not sure.
Yes, 3 years, but he was a coach with the Angels before going to Chicago.
Correct, and he's got a great relationship with the management team.
Well, not going from Chicago, but he went from Tampa Bay. He went from the Angels, Tampa Bay, to the Cubs. But
right.
He started off on the bench with the Angels before.
Correct. The Padres hire Jace Tingler. I don't know who the hell that is.
Again, he was a bench coach. He might have been a bench coach with the Padres, I think, or maybe. But he was a bench coach. But no prior managing experience on any level. Okay. Yeah.
Now the Pirates, they're looking at
Jeff Bannister from the Rangers.
So we don't know whether that's going to happen. The Mets are looking actually at a couple different options.
This name, though, has been prominent.
Eduardo Perez. I think that's a great hire because there's a lot of Latino players, and I think we did it with Alex Cora with the Red Sox. I think if you get someone who's bilingual with these young Venezuelan, Nicaraguan, Panamanian, where the hell did that come from? I think it makes a difference. I would hate for the Mets to look at Buck Showalter. I think that's recycled. Listen, he's a great manager. He's a great baseball mind. But I think it's time for him to step up into the front office area and not be on the field with the players.
And he's not a manager of cyber Mets.
Right. He's old school. Old school baseball. So that's all I have to on my your cheat sheet, which I stole. I'm going to give it back to you, and you can talk about Balls Fest because I'm not even.
No. You can just tee it up for me. We'll talk about that. But I want to go back to the managers for a second. It's interesting because now we're seeing the trend, and I think the Yankees did with Aaron Boone. No managing experience doesn't necessarily mean you'll make for a bad manager. However, the previous manager with the Phillies, before they hired Girardi, Gabe Kapler. I don't think he had any experience, right?
Well, he did. He had minor league experience.
Minor league, but he did have majors.
Not the major league level.
And with the Mets, no, the guy before, the one that they just fired. It was 2 years, just fired. Why am I blanking on his? Oh, Mickey Callaway. Also, I mean, he was a bench coach, but again, no previous managing experience. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
listen, here's the difference. You know me, I'm a baseball guy. The game has changed. The managerial aspects
Right.
have changed. Your wife is saying something about your
Yeah,
mother.
I'm addressing her.
Okay. Right. You're undressed.
I'm undressing and addressing her.
Okay. It's a different game today, even from
Yes.
a managerial standpoint, because
Mhm.
the manager isn't managing the players; he's managing the system. It's now a system with cybermetrics,
Right.
statistics, analytics, and any other kind of icks.
Ticks.
Yeah.
Ticks.
Ticks.
No, but you're right. I mean, the way coaches manage. I mean, with the starting pitchers. Give me 5 innings, we'll go to the bullpen. Give me 6 innings. The relievers game, the shift, all of that stuff.
The point I was trying to make is you're hearing from the front office. The front office is becoming part of the managerial team.
Which I don't agree with, by the way.
I don't agree with it either, because you can't temperament of a player, mood of a player. You got to read a player.
Right.
And that's why I think some of these Latino managers that are bilingual have a better sense of the game than upstairs in the cybermetrics and all that stuff. That's just my opinion.
And if you're not sure what cybermetrics is, watch the movie Moneyball, which I think was a great movie, and I watch it every time it's on TV.
Billy Bean,
right,
with his assistant general manager. You know who that was?
In real life, or the actor who played him?
No, real life.
Yeah, Shapiro, wasn't it? Shapiro?
No.
Shapiro?
J.P. Ricciardi.
Oh, Ricciardi, that's right.
Who back east in my hometown, West Boylston, Mass. J.P. was, and still to this date, I think, is involved with the New York Mets system. And I was on another podcast, a friend of mine's podcast, and Josh Tower, who pitched with the Yankees and pitched with a number of teams, big right-hander, threw the ball hard. Just recently took a job at the single A level within the Mets organization as a pitching coach. Good luck, Josh.
Right on. All right. So speaking of athletic balls, tomorrow.
Who was speaking about athletics?
What were athletics? I mean, each sport we were talking about has a ball or something, right? Baseball.
Hockey does not.
We didn't talk about hockey yet. Well, I mean, I guess I did for the items, but we didn't talk about it. Anyway, tomorrow, October 27th, is a run called the Las Vegas Ball Fest, and it was founded by testicular cancer survivor Frank DeBlasi. The nonprofit Ball Fest is returning tomorrow.
Why does it ring a bell? Is he a mayor of New York?
The name is close, but I don't think it is. Second annual fundraiser supporting young cancer patients, affectionately called ballers. The uplifting event gives guests the opportunity to enjoy an afternoon of food, entertainment, and a number of fundraising opportunities. Councilwoman Michelle Romero will attend, and television personality Jillian Lopez will also be the MC. The fundraiser this year will benefit 5 Las Vegas ballers who have been selected. No. She's been selected through local hospitals and treatment centers. The event will run from 2 to 6 p.m. tomorrow at the Red Rock Resort and Casino in Summerlin. Tickets are starting at $150, and you can go to Channel 3 News, pull up the article, and there's a link as to where you can purchase the ticket. Good job to support 5 young boys who are fighting testicular cancer. Where'd you like to go? You know what? Let's go to the train, because we talked about this last week, and now it has come to fruition. Last week we talked about these Richard Branson and Virgin trains. It's happening. California has passed a bond approving $3.25 billion in bonds to support the train heading from Las Vegas to California with its first stop in Victorville.
And they're saying, what, an hour and a half?
Just about. Groundbreaking construction will be starting sometime next year. And they expect the project to start shuttling passengers by the end of 2023.
Now, how far is, what is it, Victorville? How far is it from Victorville to LA? Do we have any idea?
Without traffic?
No.
With traffic?
Yeah, how many miles?
Miles? I'm going to say it's probably, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat room, but I'm going to guess probably around 150 more miles, 175.
So 2.5 hours driving. 2 hours driving.
Yeah,
2 hours driving.
Because from here to Victorville is about 2 hours.
Okay, so are there going to be Uber drivers in Victorville to take you to LA if you want to continue?
Great question. Somebody can meet them there from LA.
So maybe an Uber station will be part of the whole equation.
I'm sure there will be Uber and Lyft.
And Lyft,
Tesla has also since they're self-driving cars, they can always make cars available to pick up there.
Is this a self-driving train, or do they have a conductor?
I believe speed trains are conductorless, similar to the trams at the airport and the tram through the hotels.
Did I see a movie with Denzel Washington, something, numbers, something?
I don't know, did you?
Yeah, I did. I watched it. It was something 904. And I don't think they had a driver, but they ran off. It was a tough movie.
Don't talk about speed crashes.
No, there's no driver here. They kind of, my son has a Tesla, and I get a little worried when he says, "Dad, the car's driving itself." Put your hands on the wheel.
So the station here in town is going to be near the intersection of Warm Springs and Las Vegas Boulevard, which is done by what used to be called the Bell's Outlets, but now they're under a different name.
Okay.
So Warm Springs and the Boulevard, the train will transport people to Victorville at first with the goal of expanding service to Palmdale.
Where's Palmdale?
Somewhere between Victorville and LA.
Halfway?
Because after Palmdale, the last stop will be downtown LA. I'm guessing. I got to imagine it's probably maybe an hour past Victorville, perhaps. Something around there. So it is happening. $3.25 billion worth of bonds. Debbie Lucky's out there. Kathy Rickley, long time no speak to, is out in the chat room. Mark Weinberger. I don't know. Maybe they like me better than yours. I don't know. Mike Kerr, Keith McKeenum, Johnny Rock, my Big Valley Wrestling commentary partner and co-host on Thoughts Count Anywhere, is actually watching as well. So I want to shout out to those folks. All right, let's talk about what else is going on in Las Vegas. Hey, Halloween. I talked about Halloween at the top of the show because this is the pre-Halloween show.
Yeah.
Also the go-home show for our one-year anniversary show on November 2nd. Do we really need another reason for people to really love coming to Vegas? Of course.
Absolutely.
Well, how about this one for you Halloween fans? Did you know that Las Vegas landed in the top 5 best cities for Halloween? Top 5.
I went to a party and Lisa put on unbelievable. First time I've ever dressed up.
Why do I know Lisa Grasso's name? I know her name for some reason. I don't know.
But it was over at Canyon Gates, and it was an unbelievable. Everybody dressed up.
My invitation.
No, they gave it to me. I didn't give it to you. I forgot.
Yeah. So here are the top 5 cities. The best city for Halloween was New York City, whose Halloween fun rank came in at number 1. Los Angeles, Boston, and San Diego took the other spots. So it was New York, LA, Nevada, Boston, and San Diego as a top 5.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we got to be in the top 5 for everything.
Of course.
You see, we're in the top 5 for most traffic in the city. Did you see that article?
No, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because the 215, the 15, and 95 during rush hour, you don't move.
No.
You don't move.
No, not at all.
And it's only going to get worse.
It's only going to get worse. That's why it's great that they're spending money, I guess.
On the Neon project,
To-
well done.
What Neal? Oh no, not through this whole thing. The high speed train that they're doing that.
Yeah.
I have voiced an opinion in the past about how this city needs more of a mass transit system, not just buses, above ground rail system, not just connecting the strip from one hotel to another. But if we really want to reduce traffic and we want to reduce wear and tear on the road, give us a speed train system to take us around town, not an underground one, because that'll take forever. Just give us a up, street level like they do in Chicago, the L's.
Yeah.
Up, give us something around the city.
We're a valley. It's very easy to go above ground and put it around.
It's a circle.
That's all it is. It's a big circle.
Even if they run one sort of congruent with the 215 as an example. Yep. Running along there, just like the rail down on the strip runs parallel to the boulevard to get people around.
Yeah.
That's where I think we need, because we went from when I moved here 23 years ago, we had 500,000 people population.
We have 2.3 right now.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem. The infrastructure of our city is not prepared to handle such quick growth over a relatively short period.
But I don't miss the potholes.
No, but I totally agree with you. But let me tell you, on some of these roads, oh my God! And maybe that's what I can't go on a street that I normally drive on without. And we were talking about it last week as a joke or 2 weeks ago. The cones for construction all over this town. Are you kidding me?
Well, if you have the contract for cones in this town, you're making some heavy duty money.
And we're not talking cones you can find at like Yogurtland. We're talking those orange things. So, all right. So talking about driving, there's always a concern when school comes back into session after not having to worry about school zones for about 2 months. 21 students so far this year have been struck by vehicles just since the start of the school year.
See the article they had about the school bus park? let off students, put the stop sign out, had the flashing lights.
People went through it.
Right through it.
And that's a great example of one of the most simplest laws we have that is so easy for us to follow.
Sure.
And that's a shame. And I hope somebody got that person's license plate or something to identify that. However, there was another article subsequent to this that I saw last week come down to my newsfeed that police were out near Cashman Middle School, which is on Durango and PI. It's right on that corner over there.
Okay.
In one day, want to take a guess as to how many violations were handwritten?
27.
How about 123? 123.
Ranging from what?
Everything from speeding through the zone, when people are in the crosswalk crossing, from school to getting to school, running, rolling through the red light, could be bus violations like you were just talking about. One school day, 123 violations were handed out by police and school police. Are you kidding me?
Listen, if you're watching the podcast from all over the country,
this is not new to just us.
The police department's hiring.
Yeah, they are.
Ever since I've been here in almost 4 years now, they're hiring. They want qualified and unqualified individuals to work in law enforcement. We need it here in Las Vegas.
That's like teachers. I spend 3 days a week in elementary school as what they call a CTT, a certified teaching tutor. And unfortunately, when the schools are, and we work in small groups of 3, 4, 5 with kids who need extra help in certain classes. But when the school is short of substitutes, guess who gets pulled to the classroom? We don't service the kids, and that's the CTTs. Now, granted, we are part of the team, and we have the least amount of flexibility in terms of saying, no, I can't. They tell us to go to a classroom, we go to a classroom. And I was chatting about this with my wife, who everybody knows is an administrator in the school district, but at what cost? The school I'm working at, I will not name the school, their star rating has been reduced. So from the folks in the white ivory towers of the school district, they have commanded in those uncertain terms that the teachers at this school have to go through trainings. Trainings, though, take place during the day. Okay? Sometimes they're half days, sometimes they're all days. At what cost now do they pull us, the CTTs, out of our group trainings, our group sessions with the kids, to then cover a class, which takes away from the kids to do better, to increase the, it's such a catch-22.
It's a catch-22. It's a big circle of problems that still have to be addressed. The problem is the addressing is taking place from the bottom up. The addressing needs to be resolved from the top down. And that means the commissioner, the administrators, the teachers, what's the guy in charge? What's the title?
Superintendent.
Superintendent. It has to come, in my opinion, from the superintendent down and come up with a whole new game plan to make this work, because right now it's not working. The school system here in Las Vegas is not anywhere near the par what's happening across the country. You came from New York, New Jersey. I came from Boston. We have wonderful school systems. One of the things that happens here in Las Vegas is because there's no state income tax and you save that amount of money, the public school system is not what it should be. A lot of the people are taking the money that they're saving from the no state income tax and putting their children in private schools. There's a lot of private schools here in Nevada, in Las Vegas, and they're prospering. They're sending the people all over the country to further their education. And we're still struggling at the public school level.
Part of it is the teacher shortage. Classes are oversized. You've got a class of first graders with 35 kids in it. Very difficult to manage for a teacher. That's part of the problem. Teachers already have their budget going into the school year. They were asked, like 2 days before school started, they had to slash their budget by $78 per student in their school. And that's part of the problem. People are just not. Look, we could talk about this forever as to where our state should get additional revenue, but anyway, there is a problem, and we know we're not the only school district that has this problem, but it's a shame.
We'll have a whole show on that in the future.
Yeah,
let's move on,
yeah,
because that's a very depressing subject.
Sorry. Well, let's pick it up then about Neal Diamond, shall we? Yeah. Neal Diamond to be honored. He spells it the other way though. Neal Diamond to be honored on the Las Vegas Strip at Power of Love Gala, which will be taking place on March 7th at the MGM Grand Arena. Yes, it's in support of the clinic. And of course, we know earlier this year, Neil Diamond announced his touring retirement because he's suffering from Parkinson's, I believe, right? This is the 24th annual Keep Memory Alive Power of Love Gala.
One of the bigger events held here in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Tickets are on sale now at keepmemoryalive.org/power-of-love-2020. So you can get your tickets. But you mentioned about one of the, let's see, I want to just go down the list of some of the previous, everybody knows 38 of top 40 singles. Everybody knows about his music. Other honorees over the years have included Muhammad Ali, Tony Bennett, Quincy Jones with Michael Caine, Lionel Richie, Tony Bennett, Gloria and Emilio Estefan, Andre Agassi, and Siegfried of Siegfried and Roy fame, just as an example. Diamond's last performance, can you guess, was August 12, 2017. It's been over 2 years since he last, more or less, performed.
Yeah, that's Mr. Ruvo over the.
Yes, Ruvo.
And
with one of the most unique building designs I've ever seen.
Architecturally, it's won awards for the design. There was a new article that I had read on Alzheimer's. There's a breakthrough, still has to go through clinical studies, drug that came up that does something very positive for Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Stay tuned on that one, folks.
That is also cystic fibrosis. Somebody came up with a medicine to help those with cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, Ken's daughter.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. That's right. All right. So we're just about done. We've covered just about everything. I just want to remind everybody, next Saturday, 12 to 2 p.m., right here at Portnoy Gallery, 1537 West Oakey, is our live show, 12 to 2, special time. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to revisit with some of the many guests we've had over the first year. But come on down. First 15 people to attend the live show will receive not one, but 2 raffle ticket chances to receive and win any of the following gifts. A $25 Lowe's gift card and an Olive Garden card for $25 from Gottlieb. 2 $25 gift cards from Vegas Hockey and Sports. 2 30-day unlimited use gift cards for CrossFit Modulus. 2 $25 gift cards from Power Play Sports and Collectibles, as well as 2 autographed Golden Vegas Knights hockey pucks, or Vegas Golden Knights, sorry, I did that backwards. One signed by Ryan Reeves and the other one by Braden McNabb.
Also, we have a number of
okay.
Food, gift cards, discounts, etc. I mean, the list is going to continue this whole week. If any of the viewing audience wants to get a little promotional use out of donating for the anniversary show, please reach out to Aaron at
Twin Brothers, Different Mothers at gmail.com, or you can catch me on Facebook. The last one I do want to mention, Oscar's Catering, in conjunction with James Healthy Bakery, will be providing food for all those who show up for our party next week, 12 to 2, special 2-hour show next week. I think that about does it.
Yeah,
any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Baseball game 4 today.
NBA opened up.
Golden Knights are not playing real well.
Yeah, they got
right
crushed
now. They
last
got
night.
crushed by the Avalanche last year. Matinee game at T-Mobile.
Because it was Nevada Day yesterday here.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Celebrates the state birth.
Yeah, but I don't think it's actually the actual Nevada Day.
31st
is Halloween.
Correct.
And I guess they didn't want to.
So we celebrated the last Friday of October.
See, you know all this stuff. I'm all new to
I'll
this
teach
stuff.
you. I'll learn you.
I'll listen. But any last words from you? I really haven't got much today.
No, you know what? Halloween is this week. Please be careful. We talked about driving safe in school zones. Please drive safely around your house and your neighborhood for trick-or-treaters. Just keep a special eye out for them. Just have a great week, everybody. We really look forward to our 1-year anniversary next week, November 2nd. And come on down. Put it on your calendar. This is going to be a must-see live audience opportunity with some great opportunities to walk out with some reminders. So that's it from all of us here, which is today just Neal and I.
Well, you know what? We
and our family of sponsors.
Yeah, we wanted to recap the 1 year we've been on air. And we're going to have plenty of guests on air next week at the celebration. There'll be a lot of past advertisers, sponsors. There'll be some celebrities here. We do have the step and repeat set up for photos here at Portnoy Gallery on the red carpet.
Doesn't have Twin Brothers on there, though.
No, it doesn't have Twin Brothers.
Maybe we'll do pictures in front of our banner.
We can do it that way,
or
too.
both.
Whatever people want.
Floats their boat.
Yeah.
We're flexible.
We're very, well, not anymore. I used to be.
That's true. That's true.
But we want to make sure that everybody, like Aaron said, stay safe during Halloween. Be smart people. You get behind the wheel of a, ton vehicle, whatever that amount is, be in a state of mind so you're able to respond to anything that comes in front of you, behind you, or side of you.
Right on. Be safe, be happy, be wealthy, and enjoy life. We'll see you next week right here. Celebrate 1 year together. Twin brothers, different mothers. Have a great week, everybody. See ya.